Lay back, unwind.
Lay
Groove
back.
to the rhythm, it'll soothe your mind. Live, laugh, and love, might throw some shade along the way. Oh, please behave. Some might say, oh, let's go.
Let's go.
It's time to turn on your radio. Rhymes will flow. Just so you know. You're kicking it with K. That's all I'm gonna say. Oh, let's go.
Hey y'all, what's up? Haven't heard that theme song in a minute. What up, though? What it do? Thank you for coming by and watching Kicking It with K Marie podcast. What's up? I'm K Marie. And this podcast is mainly about, just getting our lives together as a people. So we are a podcast for the culture. Here you are going to get advice. You are going to hear from experts. I have guests from time to time, and they are in their fields because, that's how I do. I make sure that you all get the best. So, and we like to have fun. We like to learn things here and just live a better life just for us. But I have non African American who listen to the podcast as well. So, thank you, friends. Hey y'all, what's up? It's been a while. Okay. And for those who are listening to me for the first time, if you want to see the podcast, if you want to get the video of it, we have a YouTube page, Kicking It with K Marie on YouTube. And you can watch it. I'm still gonna put it on Instagram. If some episodes might go a little bit longer. So I'll put what I can on Instagram. But for the most part, if you want to see the visual, you go to YouTube and you go to the Kicking It with K Marie podcast. And we stream everywhere that you listen to your podcast, everywhere that you listen to music, except for what? Except for Title. That's right. Everywhere else, we are there for your streaming, listening pleasure. So, y'all, look, I don't even know where to start. I don't have notes. I was like, I'm going to hop on here and talk to my people, let them know what's going on. This is episode 1 of season 4. I just going to tell you all what's going to come down the pipeline and what's been happening with me. So, your girl made a movie, right? Your girl made a movie. I made a short movie. It's a micro short, as they call it. And it is a horror film. I am a huge fan of all genres, but especially horror movies. I've been watching them since I was so small and probably should not have been watching them, but I did. I loved it. And when my little self, as I watched it, I would go in my room when it was time for bed and put the covers over my head. But I still watched it and I love it. But I love all genres. But I wanted to make my first solo short because I co-directed and I co-wrote Wanted Love, our student project, and you find that on Vimeo. That's a good film. That was so much fun making it. But Fun and Games is my first solo project, first of many, and it stars Mario Dewberry. It stars Cameron Kimball. Y'all know Cam. She's a friend of the pod. That's my sister friend. And introducing Charlie Pennington. She is just so adorable and so cute. But her role it's not so cute and adorable, even though she is. They done a phenomenal job. And we just had fun on set, y'all. It was so much fun. It was. we had to work in some hot conditions because we filmed it in the summertime. We filmed it in June, and so that was hot. So we filmed it in June, and um, we it was hot. It was hot. We had fans going, but we did it. Everybody was professional. Everybody was a trooper. Um, and you know how on horror movie sets you hear of strange things happening. And my DP, my director of photographer, and slash editor, he brought that up to my attention. He said, "You know how on a lot of these horror movies sets stuff, some strange stuff happens because let me tell you, something strange happened to us." Okay, so and if you've seen the trailer's on YouTube. I have the Kicking It with Kate Marie page on YouTube, but I also have Kalani Harrelson, that's my government page on YouTube as well. So that's going to be all my film projects. That's all film stuff. So you can see the trailer. It's been getting some views. I want it to y'all come on. Go to YouTube, and I'm gonna put the link in the description of this episode where you can just click it because so we can get those views up for the trailer. Like right now, I'm like, like 1,500 or so, um, or 1,700 across different platforms. It's like all together, but just help a girl out because when people see those views, and then but most importantly, when people see the trailer, they are going to want to see the movie when I do release it. So go to Kalani Harrelson on YouTube, or KalaniHarrelson.com, but really on YouTube, and go ahead and look at that trailer. So in the trailer, you see the father and daughter playing cards. First of all, let me tell you what it's about. Okay. And I have to censor myself and edit myself because I can tell too much. But I'm not going to. I've been practicing. I'm not going to. So in a nutshell, okay, it's a single father who involves his adorable, beautiful young daughter in his favorite pastime, which is murder. I am a child of the 80s, and I love 80s slasher flicks. And I know it's a little bit twisted, but it's different. Um, yeah, my imagination is I have a great imagination, but I'm gonna get back into that. So in the trailer, you see father and daughter playing Uno. Okay. So for the movie, because I didn't have any Uno cards, don't take my black card, y'all. Don't take my black card. I know how to play Uno. Okay. I just didn't have any Uno cards that I owned. So, like a couple of days before the shoot, I went to Target and I bought a brand new pack of Uno cards. Okay. Let me quit lying to y'all. I mean, I bought them. I did. I bought them earlier in the day. So when I just went to Target, I just go and just pick it up. Who has time to stand in the lines? So anyway, fast forward. The morning of the shoot, I am putting my items in my bag, right, to take over to the set. So I made the fake blood, all that. I am so proud of me. I'm like, yes. And it looks so nice on film. Oh, I can't wait till y'all see it. But anyway, it turned out really great. So I put everything I needed in my bag, including my Uno cards, still wrapped up in the Target bag. I placed it in my bag. I zipped it up, put it in a car. My friend and I, we went over to the set, And cause we got there early, of course. And I get out of the car and into the house, the set, where we were filming. So while I'm taking everything and I'm setting up, and I was like, huh, I'm sorry, y'all. Little technical difficulties. I have this new camera, so let me turn it back on. I accidentally hit it. So that's why um my picture looks like that. This is the I'm telling you, stuff happens live. Cause y'all know I don't edit this. And I will get back into that later as well. But yeah, so I had this new webcam and I accidentally hit the cord and it went off. So here we go. So those who are listening only had little minor technical difficulties, and those who are watching, you saw how everything just went down. All right. So yeah, so I unpack everything, and I look in my bag, and I'm like, I don't see the Uno cards. I 100%. I did pack them. I packed them. I did in the white bag still, the white and red bag from Target, right? So he's asking me. He's like, "Well, did you look in the car?" So I forgot either he looked in the car or I did. Somebody did, but it was not in the car. I mean, I'm looking all over. Mind you, it's not that much stuff that I've unpacked already because the rest of the crew was coming over to the set. They have a lot of the equipment to set up. So I just have a bag. So it's not a lot of things that are brought with me. Okay. The Uno cards were nowhere to be found. Nowhere. And it's in the script. We rehearsed with the Uno cards. So we needed those Uno cards. So my sister friend Cam, she had to run a CVS. So she was already at CVS, and when I found out I could not find the brand new Uno cards, I asked her to pick up some at CVS. So she did. So that was weird. And to this day, I still can't I don't know what those the new Uno cards are. The first one. I have no clue. None. And I used that bag. I went out of town and everything, and it's not in there. I have no idea, have no clue what happened to those Uno cards, the first one. So that was weird. That was weird. But the making of Fun and Games, it was just wonderful experience. I'm glad that people had a great time on set. It was some people's in the crew first time. Um, yeah, it was just great, y'all. It was really great. I have some behind. I'm not trying to put too many behind the scenes pictures up because I want you all to see the film first. I don't want to give anything away, but yeah, and my mother's been showing people. You know how your family do. Everybody's showing the trailer and everybody wants more. And so I'm getting a great reception so far from people, great feedback. And I'm telling you, when I was in the editing room with my editor, shout out to Alex. Alex, he's very talented. That's my homie. I'm telling you, he's very talented. He did his thing with being a cinematographer and the editor. I mean, he did really well. And Billy Sparks on the audio. I've been knowing Billy for a long time, over 20 years. At my old church, he's still there running sound. And he came in, it was his first time on a movie set, like doing sound for a movie. He did great. It's like he's been doing it for years. He did great. Okay. And who else? Cameron Kimball. Cam. Y'all know Cam. This girl, she's very talented. I am glad that I have a front seat to her talent because because she is my friend. She my sister. I call her my sister. And you know how sometimes um, some people become too familiar with other people. I'm just gonna take a little side journey here. My church folks, y'all know that's a church word. We grew up listening to that. Take a little side journey. So, of course, like they always said in the church, that I went to, but I did go to Bible school a long time ago, back in 2000s when I graduated. And the thing was, don't be too familiar with people because they won't receive. Because we all know that it was times when Jesus went into different towns and he preached, but he knew people, so he couldn't do as much as he wanted to do because people like, oh, you just Mary's boy, you know. So I know how to like separate that. I know how to do that in my life. I just do. So, but with Cameron, she is a she's her acting bar none. I mean, she's great. I already knew that about her, right? So when sh- she blessed us enough to be the woman in the basement, this role, because I know, it was a small role, but it was a powerful role to see her like actually. I've never seen her in her element, like on set. Like I've seen the movies that she's in, after. While I'm looking at it for the first time, I'm not there for the process, right? So, but this time I was there for the process because I wrote it, I produced it, and I directed. And to see my friend do what she did with the woman in the basement, when I yelled cut, I was in awe. I was like, girl, they need to give you that Oscar, that Emmy, that Golden Globe, all of it. Because she did her thing. Everybody gave 100%. Charlie, the cutie pie who plays daughter, she did great. She did great. She did so great that at one part, people were like, "Oh my gosh!" When she said that, it is kind of creepy. So she nailed it. She really nailed it, and we also had the great pleasure of having Hugh Hatton on. He was slating for us, and he's a big deal. He is. You are Hugh. You listening? He is a big deal. Um, so after Charlie did her said her line right, Hugh turned around was like, "Who wrote this?" I was like, "That would be me and my twisted mind." So everybody brought it. Mario Dewberry. I've known Mario for a long time. He's like my little brother. And I knew he can act, right? Because we went to the same church. Because he used to be in some of the cantatas and I was as well. So I knew he can act, but he gave me father. He I'm telling y'all, at the end of his scene, when I yelled cut for his scene, I was like this. For those who are listening only, I put both my hands over my mouth because I was in awe of the performance that he gave. I'm telling you, it was wonderful. It was wonderful. I have fun. I have fun. It was a great experience. Um, it's not released publicly yet because I have it going into film festivals, different ones, and a lot of times they don't want your film shown publicly because a um a film festival will want to premiere it at their festivals. So yeah, I can't show it just yet, and I entered some more film festivals for next year because I'm all new to this. I'm new to this, and when I submitted to a few of these festivals for this year, um, one of them, they didn't accept me. They didn't accept the film, I should say, and that's because I did not do my homework before. So and reading and doing the research about film festivals, they said, of course, find a festival that caters to your genre. And the first film festival that I submitted it to, it really didn't. If I'm being honest, it didn't. So I didn't feel bad, but I did get approached from Shockfest Film Festival out in Hollywood. The lady said she came across the my information, the trailer, and that she would like for me to be in their film festival. I had to submit, and there's money involved in this. It's like entry fees for every film festival, from Sundance, Tribeca, Toronto Film Festival, South by Southwest. All of them have an entry fee, right? So I was like, okay, I'm like, I felt good. Number one, that I'm like, okay, I'm being approached. Okay, yes, I like this. And so I was like, well, since you want to have me in your film festival, I think that the entry fee should be waived. So she said, well, I don't have that power. She said, but I did speak with my supervisor and I can give you 60% off. I was like, you here you go, and here's my film. So of course that wasn't a guarantee. She said that their film festival is made up of other filmmakers, and that the jury, and I air quote it for those who are listening only, the jury gets to decide as a whole which films they want in their festivals, because they can only have a handful. So yes, I told her, I said, yes, I'm aware of that process. I'm aware of that logic. I'm good. So I'm thinking I had a good chance, since she approached me and she knows like what they would like. So fast forward to like last month, I get a notification saying that my film, Fun and Games, was an official selection. So they are going to show virtually Fun and Games on their in their film festival. So I'm so excited for that. It's a win for the team, and I know that I'll be hearing from other festivals. I know, because you know how you just feel like you have something special. That's how I feel. Even though the content itself is twisty, um and I came up with that idea watching one of those Netflix series with Kristen Bell. It was like the woman in the window across the street doing double dutch and making hot chocolate. That's not what it was, but y'all know what I'm talking about. So, so with that, spoiler alert, the little girl was the killer, right? So after I was looking at that, I was like, huh, I haven't seen movies where it's like the father and daughter, or one parent and a child, teaming up to kill. Because in these horror movies, it's either the adult that's killing, or it's either the child. And I'm not talking about like the the crazy families that live in the boonies, and the cannibals and all that. I ain't talking about that. And black. Okay. You hear me put that hard K on that? Black. So um and that was another thing. By me being a fan of 80s horror slasher flicks, y'all know we always die first. Come on. Y'all know. But like over the years, we've been surviving a little bit longer. Um up until like Jordan Peele and some other indie films out there that you probably haven't even heard of. And starting to have a more of a black presence. So I was like, number one, I want the premise to be a single father, because single fathers are dope. uh, I want him to be a single father and have a daughter, duo, slashing and killing the women that the father pulls. So yeah. So that was my that's how I came about with the storyline. And then, I started to write it. But it's under 5 minutes long. Okay, it's under 5 minutes long. And even look, you think it's easy telling a whole story in a few minutes? Nah, no, that's not easy. Okay. But it's a challenge, and I love a challenge. So especially after I follow different directors, and they suggest that go start with shorts. You're a new filmmaker, start with shorts so you can um, hone your craft, and it'll come second nature. Just do shorts. So I said, I like that idea. I can do that. And then I so after I did that, I wrote it. So it's only like a few pages, literally just a few pages. And then I knew in my head who I wanted to get to play father. I was like, yep. And when I when I talked to Mario, he was game and everything, but then he was like, at the end of our conversation, he was like, so what about me made you pick me to be the serial killer, a psycho? But I was like, he had to be good looking, like you're somebody you don't least expect, charming, just all of that, and he embodies that. So yeah, he was the first person that came up. And then I had like a small little casting call, just literally like a call on Facebook. I said, hey, if anybody know charismatic little girl, between the ages of 10 and 12, I'm looking for someone to um play a daughter in my film. So one of my classmates, actually, her daughter, she told me about her daughter, and I was like, and I saw her, I was like, yep, it's all good. And again, Cameron did her thing, and just everybody just did their thing. And I really can't wait for y'all to see it. I really can't. I can't wait till I can release it like publicly. But with the on the virtual screening was Scream Fest. I mean Shock Fest. I'm sorry. It is a Scream Fest. I missed that deadline though. But with Shock Fest Film Festival, say that 10 times fast. um, it's going to be a virtual screening. So I'm sure it probably be tickets, if you really want to see it. I'll give you guys that information before December 10th. It's the day before my birthday. That they're going to be airing it on their virtual film festival. Okay, y'all. So, I have something else to tell you. So I started a Patreon, right? Because people are just so nice. I have people who ask me, how they can support me. They've asked like this to be monetary. So I was like, wow, people just really, they're really nice. And so I said, I'm gonna create a Patreon. To tell you the truth, I created a Patreon just so I can make these make these extra projects, y'all, because what the Patreon is going to get, child, y'all better go on over there and sign up because we gonna have a good time in our community. Okay, in our little community, we are going to have a great time. So I have different tiers. So the Patreon, you go. I have a link, a direct link on my link tree website. And for those who are watching, I just put it on the screen for those who are listening to me. So you go to Linktree, right? And backslash the K Marie, TheKaymare. So Linktree slash the K Marie, and that's Linktree. I know how they do is LINKTR dot EE/ the K Marie. So it's going to be a option for you to support via Patreon, and it's going to take you right to the page. So Patreon, for those like, what's Patreon? So Patreon is for us creators or musicians, just creatives, period. It is a platform for our people who want to support us, for them to do so monetarily. So because I'm Patreon, I'm a Patreon of other creators as well. So I have, my money that I pay every month to help them out because I believe in what they're doing. So if you believe in what I'm doing, if you want to be a part of my journey and you just want to be a blessing, you can absolutely do so by going to my Patreon. Again, you can hit the link in the bio of my Instagram if you're on there, or just go to Linktree, linktr.ee// the K Marie. Okay. So let me tell y'all, it's gonna be wild. It's gonna be wild. I can't wait. So the first tier is a $3 a month tier, right? So that's just general. That's for someone who I just want to support you money. I'm not looking for nothing in return. I just want to be a blessing. It's that person, right? So, and then I have, and that's Act One. So Act Two, and this is Act One. I'm sorry. Tier two is Act One, and it's for the podcast, and that's $5 a month. So what you get would be live monthly chats with me, your girl. We are all gonna communicate and talk. I'm gonna talk with you all. So you get live monthly chats, and you get to be live when I film or record this podcast, the Kicking It with K Marie podcast. So you get to be live behind the scenes and live while I do that, right? And you're going to get access to a Patreon only podcast. It's an after dark show. It's rated R. All I'm going to talk about is sex and relationships. And we're going to go there. Talk about kinks, my kinks, what I like. Um, just safety. And then again, relationship, the sex and relationships. Like I said, that is rated R. And that is only going to be for my Patreons in the second tier. Okay. And then I have a few game shows I'm going to produce in the Patreons under that tier. You'll be able to see that as well. You yeah, so that's for that one. And the next one is $7. Yep, the $7 a month. That is the other tier. Okay. And that's still the podcast access. You get everything in the previous tier, plus you get a shout out. I shout your name out at the beginning of each podcast. Um, what else? Lord, it's all on there. It's because it progresses. It progresses. So yeah. I'm sorry, y'all. I am drawing a blank, but it's on there, and then so the next tier is $10, and that's going to be the film access. So the film access, folks, $7 a month. You get everything in the podcast. So you get the special rated R after dark show, right? You get your name shout out on the beginning of the podcast. You get the monthly chats, with my podcast folk, and then you get the shout out, the connection you get to talk and build community with the other tiers, right? The podcast tiers. And plus, what's different with the film access is the film folk. Again, this is $10 a month. The film folk, in addition to everything else, you all would get behind the scenes like footage of me when I'm actually on set at a project, okay? On film, one of my films. So you get the behind the scenes footage, right? And then we're going to do we're going to do I'm so excited about this one. I can't even talk. So we're going to do a movie watch party. So my film access folk only. So it's going to be monthly. We're going to all watch a film together and chat. So we're going to do that. That's what the $10 folk get. That's what they get. And then we get our own monthly chats, about film and TV. So we're gonna chat about that. And again, y'all, it's other things that I did not mention. You can look on my Patreon page, and it lists everything there. And plus, I'm gonna have a link in the description of this episode. And then I have the VIP status. That's 25. That's only limited to 10 people. Okay. And that's 25 a month. That's the VIP. You get one-on-one chats with me. And you get some other stuff too. It's VIP. So you go over there and you can check it out and see what you get. So for the first 50 Patreons that I get to sign up, you will receive a t-shirt. It will be merch. Every tier except for the general support, every tier gets a percentage of merch, because I will have merch. It's gonna be future merch, but it's gonna be nice too. It's gonna be nice. So, but my 50 people who sign up to my Patreon to become a Patreon, and it doesn't matter which tier you sign up, I'm gonna give you a little something, something to say thank you. And I don't know if you're familiar or not with Patreon, but with other creators like Patreons, because again, I am a patron of somebody else's Patreon, and name for ourselves. And I'm not going to name us. We're going to do that together. We're going to come up with something that everybody likes, if that's possible. But we're going to come up with something as a group, as a family. Um, so that's going to be on the merch, whatever the nickname is for the supporters. That's the name that's going to be on the merch. Okay. So yeah, so I am doing Patreon, and that's going to help with I got to hire an editor. That's going to go towards everything I need to do for the podcast, because it takes stuff. It takes stuff to run it. It does. And then for the filming, of course, yep, new camera for filming, new lights, just everything that's gonna push it in the film, what I need for film to make projects. Because once we build this community of Patreons, I don't like to say supporter. I mean, I don't like to say fans, because they trying to say fans, but I'm nah. Thank you, you're my supporters. And then once we get to know each other on the weekly, we'll become a family, because that's, again, I'm a patron of some other people's Patreon, and that's how it is. It's like a close knit family, and it's like a situation where we all win. And I am looking forward to it. I cannot wait. So before I leave, because my internet popped off twice, so let me wrap it up. And I do apologize for that. So before I leave, I just want to let you know what I am doing now and how the episode is going to be with Kicking and Became Marie. So I'll start there. So I started with seasons, right? So this is season 4, Quattro, and I'm only going to do like between 12 and 14 episodes a season. Okay, and it's going to be twice a month. It's going to be twice a month, because I'm going to have the other shows that I have to film. It's going to be on those off weeks. So once get the Patreons, I can get the After Dark show, because that's going to be twice a month as well, and some of the game shows. So Kicking It with K Marie podcast will be airing twice a month instead of weekly. Okay, because your girl is a filmmaker, and while I love Kicking It with K Marie podcast, I love what I do here, instead of me just chucking it. Because I still want to do it. I just limiting the amount of episodes that I do, because your girl's a filmmaker. Because I am currently in pre-production for my second short, Last Dance, and at the same time preparing for my documentary. That's going to be my third project. But you have to prepare for a documentary a good year. For me, I'm a good year in advance, because you have to do research. You got to be on your ish. Okay. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. And then I will be writing my feature. I had to put that on hold for a minute, the feature writing, but now it's time. Okay. So that's, yeah. I'm happy. I'm happy, happy. I am, y'all. I'm happy, happy. I'm happy, happy. I'm for real happy. And because I'm not, I don't do private out here, but Patreon's gonna know some tea. Patreon's gonna get some tea, okay? um yeah, I just, y'all, this journey, it's never too late. It is never too late to go after your dreams. It's not. Because I'm doing the marketing portion for Fun and Games, right? Because I want people to go and look at the trailer. I want to get buzz, get that buzz out there. So I have a few podcasts that I'm a guest on, promoting the film. So I just wrapped up my first uh, podcast as a guest, promoting Fun and Games last week. with people under the scares podcast, and I love that name. They're horror themed. So I have a couple of those interviews coming out, different podcasts, and I will let you all know about that, when it airs and all that good stuff. So yeah, y'all, I'm out here. I'm out here. I'm out here. I am. And it's a happy place to be. And that's what I've been doing. What about y'all? What about you? Let me know how you've been doing this whole summer, okay? Um, Please like and subscribe, okay? Because that really do help us creators. To when you all just like and share, because it doesn't cost anything. Just you see the episode, just share it. Just share it. I appreciate you for it. Okay. And then so this is subscribe. We are on every streaming platform. Okay. Kicking It with K Marie podcast. And just for everything, me, K Marie, and the filmmaker, Kalani Harrelson, you can find it on my link tree. And if you want to become a Patreon, also you can find that in Linktree. Linktree is like a one-stop shop. Everything that I'm doing, everywhere where you can see me, is on Linktree. So linktr.ee/ the Marie, TheKayMarie. Okay. I love you all. Okay. I'm back. I'm back in these podcast streets. Okay. I do. I miss y'all, and I can't wait to have some people in line for as guests and everything. I cannot wait for that. And I'm gonna do more of the solos, because I find that people rock with me, just me. I thank you. Thank you so much. And y'all, look, when I tell y'all I'm going places. If you don't believe if yourself cannot believe that, there's no way you can. But I believe it. I'm going places. I'm about to do big things. I see that. I am. And I'm looking forward to sharing this journey with you all. And I'm glad it's documented, where you can just come back to it and just thank God just for his goodness, because it's him. In my life, it's him. All good things come from him. And they are still coming. Okay. So thank you so much, y'all. I love this. I miss this. Okay. I miss talking to y'all and doing the podcast. And yeah, this is I might just stay in here, because this is my cozy room. I just love it. So it's so zen. It's so zen. Y'all know who I am. Y'all know how I am. Y'all know I am with my self-care. Y'all know I love that. So I'm trying to wrap up, y'all. You see, I keep going because I miss this. I miss y'all. But I'm about to cut it. And I will see you all in 2 weeks. Depending on when you're listening to this. So for some of you, I see you in 2 weeks. And for some of you, I see you in 1 week. Okay. All right, y'all. Bye.
Oh, let's go. Let's go. It's time to turn up your radio. Turn up the radio. Just so you know, you're kicking it with K. That's all I'm gonna say. You're here now.